Good morning, everyone. Today we are on day 26 of the best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And we are using Suzanna Lee's sketch, and she has a pattern paper up here, a solid paper, and a little strip down here. And then she has 6 banners and 4 photos, and then she has some hearts here and a heart down in the title down here. And mine's going to be very close, just with a couple of little changes. And this is Alexandria. She's one of the twins. I've started this video, this is my 3rd time, so if I say the same thing twice, please excuse me. But she was on this little cheer squad, and they were called Venom, which I don't really care for that name. I would like them to change them up, but oh well, she's not there anymore. So anyhow, I've got a solid, and I have no idea where it came from. Just my stash. I am using this as the top pattern, and on the other side it's like linen, and I'm going to be using that down here. It's by Dream Street Papers. I don't know if I have anything else by this company. I have no idea where I got it. It's called Everyday Celebrations, Reach for the Stars. And then the other papers I am using are all scraps. You probably recognize this because I used it in another sketch, actually with Alexandria. And then I've got 3 of them that I cut down to use for banners. And then I have a scrap from Creative Memories and another scrap from Creative Memories. Actually, I cut that not out of a scrap. I actually had a sheet of that. This is from the Everyday Celebrations. This is another scrap. I know it's Echo Park, but I don't remember which one it was. And here's a scrap of red star paper, and this is a scrap, and I'm not sure where that's from either, but it seems like this was Creative Memories, but I could be totally wrong. So those are, along with these, are going to be my banner strips. Now I've already made a line where I'm gonna put the banners. And so up here I'm gonna have to flip it around, otherwise I'll probably never get it straight. Okay. So I am putting that up to the top. I just think Susanna's sketches are really neat, even though sometimes I think they're going to be hard, but then I have to tell you, there's been some that I think, oh, I don't want to do that, but then they end up turning out so good. So I really have been enjoying this challenge. I think it's been really fun. I'm not putting so many down here just because it's such a small one. I figured if I ran it across there, I'd probably go wonky and then have it way too long. Okay. Okay, get on there. Okay, and now I took these strips and cut banners, you know, the banner bottom, and usually by doing the folded and then cut method, but without folding it, you know, really pinching it tight to fold it, just kind of folding it over. And then I went ahead and cut the top to make it, you know, shorter or longer, however I want. Well, I guess I can only cut it shorter. If I wanted a shorter one, I'd cut it off. So, and I'm going to be placing this over the middle. She doesn't have that here, but since I only have 2 photos, I feel like it needs something there. And we'll be erasing my marks when I'm done. And actually, I think I'm gonna run a piece of tape right along here, which is a little lower than my line, because I want to be able to erase that line, so I don't want to come over it. And I'm just leaving it a little ways, probably, oh, like a 1/16 of an inch from the edge. And since I've just been trimming these pieces off the edge that you see over here, it's like this is not straight, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball the straightness from the edge here. And now I'm going to leave a space because I made all my banners 2 inches a piece, so that I could just change like the width of it by adding my little extra pieces that I've cut from that other paper, just to have a whole different size and something kind of a consistency through. So you'll see these here, you'll see it here, so you kind of have a little bit of repetition. And then I am going to put this one here, so I'm gonna, since I put the tape there, I'm going to, I want it real close to the edge, so I'll put that about here, I'm thinking. Okay, whoops, that tape wasn't enough now. Okay, so I want it just barely overlapping. Okay, and I'm just kind of eyeballing if I think it's straight or not. And then I think I'm gonna pull this one over here to the edge again with that little 1/16 of an inch. And then I'm gonna bring this one a little bit closer. Well, I'm actually gonna have a banner on each side, so I think I'll just kind of put it here in the middle, because I've got a teal one going next to the yellow piece. And a yellow one going next to the teal piece. Oh, I didn't put any on there. No wonder it didn't feel. It just kept moving on me. I could feel it underneath my fingers. It was not doing what I expected. Okay. And then, well, maybe I won't even have to remove these if I just put this up a hair over that. I think I'll do that. And I'm going to line it up just above it. And since she's kind of facing this way, I'm going to put the arrows this way, because I'm thinking maybe that's kind of add to her direction. And now I'm going to find my invisible ruler and line it up here. And it looks like nothing but crooked. Oh, Terry, Terry, Terry. Okay, let me try that again. I'm thinking that looks straight. Let's see if it is. Okay, it is. It's kind of hard because this is wonky, but I cut this. I think I cut that straight. It looks straight. Now this is a little bit longer here, so I'm gonna add a little bit of glue and then just trim that off. And I remember that one of the papers I cut was a little longer. Well, this doesn't look straight either. But I think it's right on the edge. It is. So this side's just a little bit long. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue. And I know I'm totally out of screen, so that I can cut it off. Okay, so there we go. Oh, and my letters are the American Crafts stickers, and these are the ones that I picked up from Walmart, and then my friend went there and they had more of them, so she bought extras. They only had one set the day I was there, and you know how you run out of E's and which is totally my pet peeve. Okay, so since she's my star, I'm gonna put her over here and put the other girls over here, but I'm gonna put them really close together, where I think the middle is. So I kind of have the same amount of space on each side. So I've got 2 3/8 over here, and what do I got over here? Okay, it looks like I need to slide it over and make it 2 and 2. That looks good. Okay, so now that I know where they go, I'm gonna go ahead and tape them down. And if I can hold that straight. I have a habit of just like pushing it and thinking it's straight and it's not. Okay, so I've got it there, and I want it up on that top, but I want it a little over that bottom, like the little shelf she's on, or that she will be on here. Okay, I should probably turn this upside down, but let's see if I can get it straight, because now this doesn't look straight. Okay, line it up with this. I have to do this because I got to see the 2. Those other numbers, I just mess with my head. Okay. So now I'm on that. I'm not on the banner. Okay, and I'm going to put her on the 2-inch. But I want her up just a little bit higher. Okay, I think that's it. Because I want her on the top of this and on the top of that. And then over here. If you're not careful, the picture, or you know, whatever your paper that you're using will slide right underneath the thing, and maybe it's just the pictures might be a little off because I didn't make sure that the photos are actually the same height, and they're not. So that explains it all. Okay, so that's where that's gonna go, and then I'm gonna have Cheer Squad up here, and I will pause while I do that. Okay, I've got the title on, and I did decide to put it down here like Suzanna had suggested in her sketch. And I was going to put it up there, but I think now that, at first I wasn't going to put the banner up there, and once I put the banner up there, I just like it better up there. Or, you know, I think it's got enough going on up there, so I like the cheer squad down here. So I did that. And now I have, I think these are Mrs. Grossman, and I don't know if I just bought them at the store or at a scrapbook store, or otherwise I purchased them from Creative Memories, but I think they were from a store. And they are probably 25 years old. And I'm using all the red and blue. And I think I'm gonna, I glued down all my banners after I put the title down. And I think I'm gonna glue this too, because if, just in case I decide to overlap some of those cheerleaders, then I won't have to worry about trying to glue underneath them, which I have done sometimes. And that glue I had on there did not hold that enough. Okay, so I'm just going to do the edges right now so you don't have to watch my whole gluing process. And I do this all around everything once I'm done. I do a check. Janet always told us to do this, and anything that sticks up, glue underneath. And so I'm gonna get this right here because I'm gonna have stuff over the banners too. Okay, so I picked out some of the cheerleaders to go on this side, some on this side, kind of depending on how they were facing. And oh, and I bought this at the Dollar Tree, and I never ever seen one at the Dollar Tree where I live, but we were on vacation in Missouri, and we went to the Dollar Tree the last time, so we went back there again this time. So funny. So I'm just gonna place these little cheerleaders around. I think I will overlap this one a little, because I do like overlapping. And then I'm gonna put pom-poms in some of their hands. I don't have pom-poms for all of them, so they just have to share. I'm just gonna kind of spread around here and there, maybe even go up into this top part. And she looks like, both look like they kind of jumped off the ground. So I think I'll kind of put that one in here. And this one over here, because I think she's getting pom-poms too. I had more of the blue and gold pom-poms, so I know I could mix them up, but I'm just not going to today. I always loved Mrs. Grossman stickers. One of my favorite sets was her, like it was a, what was it, a roller coaster. Super cute. Okay, and on this side I've got 3, because you know I'm into odd numbers. And I've got this little brown-haired girl, like my little brown-haired girl, Alex. So I'm going to put her over here. And give her a little pom-pom. I know it's summer and I have on long sleeves, but it was cold when I got up. And I had a smoothie and then I just freeze. It's like, it's difficult drinking a smoothie when you're cold, because then I always feel like I need to go put on a sweater. But I opted for a long sleeve tee that I bought the last time I was in Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan in Missouri. Okay, so there we go. So we got cheerleaders there. And now I have some stars that I'm going to place around the bottom here. And I'll kind of lay them out where I think they might go. And I've got an odd number. And I can move this tray now. Me and my sister and my niece, we were at the Dollar Tree, and I kept calling it the store previously known as the Dollar Tree. Because now it's $1.25. And I managed to spend $75 there. And then we went back one more time because there was something that somebody wanted to get. And I probably spent another $25. I can't remember. I think it was. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna glue those down. And I think I just bought these off Etsy. And they had a really nice selection, wherever it was, and it's like I'll have to find them again because I would like to buy from them again, because I know a couple of the ones, like maybe these little tiny open ones, I think that I didn't have hardly any of those left, and so I would like to add them back to my collection because I really like the stars. And it's like I don't use them on everything, but I like them for boy pages because, I'm not afraid to put flowers on Aiden's page because he likes everything. But I like to have some stars because sometimes it works well with what I'm scrapbooking for him. Like, the Clone Wars. Okay, we can get that down. I was kind of attached to it. I think I should just put the glue down. I got too much glue, so I'm gonna try to lift some off here. I know it will dry clear. But a lot of times I'll just use scraps because their little edges will kind of get into where I want to go. And whenever I try to make things look random, I still kind of, you have to still kind of strategically place them to look random. And I do have an odd number because odd things are more pleasing to the eye. Okay, this time I'm just going to put a dot there because it really doesn't take much to hold these down. If I can find the shop that I bought these in, I will add them down at the bottom of this in the drop down menu. Where did I have that? I pick a place and then I forget where it's at. Okay, I think that should do it. So remember, if you like it, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.